Hello, YouTubers and Survivor fans. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the exciting upcoming season, Survivor 34 Game Changers. I can't wait, man. I'm so hype. I can't wait, man. It's usually Survivor starts now in February, but they're waiting another 3 weeks because there's a show on its time slot. Man, I can't wait. I'm pumped to see this All Star season. I can't wait. Can't wait, man. I'm so excited for I'm like so excited for this season. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. Survivor 34 Game Changers. Man, it sounds like a great season. Sounds like an awesome season. But today I'm gonna be talking about the contestants on the show and like their rankings, where I think their standings are. Out of course, like 1 to 20, 20 being the worst, 1 being the best. And I see like all 20 of the players. I think 8 players go from like 20 to 13. I think the 8 players, those players don't have a shot at winning. No shot. From 20 to 13. And then like from the next 4 players, or wild cards, they may have a shot at winning, and then they may not have a shot at winning. Then the next 4 players are like the secondary threats. So like from 8 to 5, rankings 8 to 5, those are the secondary threats, and then 4 to 1 are the big threats. So I'm going to be talking about each contestant, about like what happened on their season with them, and what their rankings is, and sort of what my prediction is with them, and what they did and what they didn't. Okay, first up, she's 20th ranking, Haley Ford. She was on Survivor 30, Worlds Apart. And Haley, I think she's the only one in this cast that did absolutely nothing in her season. Except go to a weaker alliance, to Jen and Joseph's alliance. Like, I don't think that makes sense to go to a weaker alliance. But hey, whatever, she made the choice. And Haley also has like an obsession with the American flag and like the US Constitution. It's kind of funny and cute. But I think the only reason why they casted Haley is because, eye candy for the guys. I mean, she is a cute girl. She's attractive. Maybe she can pull an Amber or Kelly Wentworth, and maybe she can woo us this time. Let's see what she's got. I hope she does. I mean, we'll see. In the 19th ranking, we have Brad Culpepper. He was from Survivor Season 27, Blood versus Water. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like Brad in this season. He was like too annoying, and like people couldn't tolerate Brad. He was just like, he was a troublemaker, and he told people his plan. Why the hell would you tell people what your plan is? You're not supposed to do that. He was telling people who they're voting for, and it's like he just went down the drain. Like he didn't know what he was doing, Brad. And he always talked his mind and everything, and I think the only reason why they casted Brad in this season is because he's an NFL football player. He's a former NFL football player. So I guess he has an advantage there because he's NFL. But I really think he has no clue what he's doing on Survivor. Absolutely no clue. And I think I would have replaced Brad with a better. There's so many good plays in Survivor. I definitely would have replaced Brad with a better player. No doubt about it. In the 18th ranking on my list is Sierra Dawn Thomas. She was also like Haley from season 30, Worlds Apart. Yeah, and she's also similar to Haley. She really didn't do that much, except make the final 5. That's really what only Sierra Dawn Thomas did. She only made the final 5, and she was in a major alliance, but like she wasn't like the main part of the alliance. Like Like, she was just going back and forth. Like, she didn't know what she was doing either, you know? But her, like Haley, she has a chance to improve and to woo us. You know, we'll see what happens. Let's see if she learned from the last time she played. Because she's right now in the Haley category. Um, in the 17th ranking, we have Jeff Varner from Survivor Season 2, the Australian Outback, and Survivor 31, Second Chance. Jeff Varner is the first player on this cast to play Survivor. He's an old school Survivor player. He's also known as the Peanut Butter Guy. And I think Jeff is growing on a lot of people, on a lot of Survivor fans. His second time he played, I felt like he played way too hard. And that's why he got the early boot. Jeff got the early boot because he played too much. He played way. He was way too strong. And in his first season, he was also another pre-merge boot. Also a bad pre-merge boot. He had to verbally tell him that he was getting voted off because he knew he had more votes than Kobe in season 2, and he got voted out right away. And I think now Jeff has learned, and I see that, like, in his interviews, he's coming back a new man. And, you know, let's see maybe if he's a stronger player now. If he's a better player. I wonder how Zvon is going to do. In, where am I? I'm on 16. In the 16th ranking, we have Sarah from Survivor Season 28, which was Tony's season. Sarah was in an alliance with Tony. It was called the Cops R Us Alliance. And once the merge started, she was the first member on the journey, and she got blindsided and backstabbed by Tony and the Cops R Us Alliance. But to me, I had no idea who the heck Sarah was. I forgot who she was. But, you know, she also kind of falls into, like, the Haley and the Sierra category. Like, she's not, like, that known. But I think, like, Survivor casted her back because they feel bad for her that she got blindsided and backstabbed. You know, I think Sarah is going to come back a new woman like Jeff Varner with a whole new gameplay. You know, good luck to Sarah. In 15th ranking, we have Troyzan Robinson. He was from Survivor 24, One World. Troyzan was probably one of the most memorable contestants in his season. He was an older, athletic guy. And in his season, there was like a dominating woman alliance, and he was like one of the last guys standing. He really fought to stay alive. He's pretty good in challenges. I'll give him that. And he's also remembered for screaming, "This is my island," and cursing at the girls because he won the challenge. I think he got a little big-headed there. But, you know, I'm rooting for Troyzan. I was a fan of him when he played. You know, and I think a lot of people have mixed feelings about Troyzan. I mean, he's a decent player, Troyzan. You know, but really, I just really don't see, like, Troyzan winning. I can't imagine that. Maybe he'll prove us wrong, but I can't see Troyzan. I don't know. And now in our 14th spot, we have Ty from last year's season 32 Survivor Curlerong. I think the reason why they brought Ty back is because he's good TV, and Ty's a character. Ty's a big character, and he's a fan favorite now. But I mean, I really don't think Ty is really that good at Survivor though. Except the physical part, he's pretty good at challenges. But like socially and strategically, like Ty needs a lot of work. Socially and strategically, like he's on the fence a lot. Like he doesn't know what to do. Like he's always trying to find out what his decision's gonna be, which makes him like less trustworthy to like the other contestants. But I don't really see Ty winning. I think he's there like for a character, and he makes good TV. That's what I think of Ty. In 13th ranking, we have Debbie, also from Ty's season, and her like Ty, she's also like a she's also a big character, and Debbie also makes good TV. You know, the only way I can honestly see Debbie winning this game is if like her personality changed drastically, and I don't see like Debbie's personality changing. Like I think it's just built in her, her cuckoo-ness. I mean, but it's good. She's good for TV, and she kind of reminds me of like a female version of Coach. She's just like so eccentric and like she's funny though, but I don't know. I kind of don't see Debbie winning. So those were the first 8 players I named, and yeah. So Debbie, Ty, Troyzan, Debbie, Ty, Troyzan, Vonna, Brad, Haley, Sierra. Those are the people I can't imagine. I can't visualize them winning. Those 8 people I just reviewed so far, I just can't see them winning. So those are the first 8 that go in the I really don't think they have a shot category. Those are the first. Now, on next 4, or like wild card, like they could win, but then they can't win. It's like it's on and off. Like I don't know which way they are. If they can win or if they can't win, like it's like a wild card shot. So in 12th in 12th ranking, we have Caleb Reynolds. He was also from the same season as Debbie and Ty, Survivor 32. Caleb, Beast Boy Cowboy. Caleb is like a beast in challenges. Like he's great at challenges. Like physically, he's great. He can be a really good physical threat. He's good, and we haven't seen him gone to tribal council, so we don't know how he is like socially and strategically. We have no idea how Caleb is, and it's gonna definitely be if his tribe loses and he goes to tribal council, it's definitely going to be a big test to him to see what he can do strategically and socially. Because in early in his season, he was medevac. He was evacuated. He had a brutal heat stroke and he had to be pulled from the game right away. But at least Caleb like recovered from that 100%. Now, casting wise, I don't think it's necessary to cast Caleb in an All Star cast. Like, I think it would have made more sense if like Survivor did another medevac season like the Philippines, and then I think it would have made more sense to cast Caleb there, and not in an All Star cast. But I'm excited to see like what Caleb can do like strategically and socially if he does make it again without getting no evacuation was with him. We'll see how Caleb does. I think Caleb can be really good. I think a lot of people can like him. In 11th ranking, we have Andrea. She was a little short blonde. She was from Survivor's Redemption Island and Survivor Cameron. Those were seasons 22 and 26. I give Andrea props because she was like the first woman to win a Redemption Island duel and then go back into the game. So props for Andrea on that. And like I feel like during the course of both of her seasons, like Andrea's confidence grown like so much. I felt like, and I felt like her confidence in her second seasons grew too much that she was a threat, and then they voted her out. And I think she didn't really see it coming, or she kind of did, but I think she was like a bigger threat, and I think she knew what she was doing in her first season rather than her second season. And again, like Haley, I think she's there. You know, she's a cute girl, and I think she's there for eye candy for the guys. I think Andrea has a good shot in making it to the end, possibly. We'll see how she does. I mean, she has a shot. In in the 10th ranking, we have Michaela Bradshaw. She just played this past season, season 33, Millennials versus Gen X. And Michaela, man, she's 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 great in challenges. Like she's like so good in challenges. Like she's probably one of the best female challenge beasts ever in Survivor history. Like Michaela's like also another beast. Like she's great at challenges. And I think strategically, Kayla's got game. Michaela's got game too. Like she's like I saw her head going off and like all her thoughts going off when she was like planning things out. And then so Jay and Will got afraid of that, and they saw Michaela was a big threat. And once the merge hit, she was going to be a bigger threat, Michaela. So they decided to vote and blindside Michaela off. And that was like one of the best. Also, another really good tribal council. Michaela didn't see that coming. But I think overall, Michaela has an opportunity to be an overall good player, physically, strategically, and socially. So excited to see her back. In ninth ranking, we have also from a season, Zeke Smith. Zeke is everybody likes Zeke. Zeke associates with everybody. Everybody likes Zeke. I mean, he's a big social threat, and he always thinks like 2 moves ahead. Zeke is always ahead of the game. He's always ahead of the game. He's always thinking strategy on what to do, on what to ally with. And I think finally people saw that, like David and all the rest of them, Adam, all the rest of them saw the way Zeke is, that he's a big social threat. And they voted him out. And Zeke was in 9th spot. But I think Zeke is a definition though of a game changer. Like, I would be really impressed if Zeke beat all these other all-stars in this season. You know, we'll see what Zeke does. But definitely, he's a big social threat. Socially and strategically, he's got it covered. I see his brain like going miles a minute thinking on what to do next. So, yeah. So Zeke, Michaela, Caleb, and Andrea, those are like the fold wild cards. Like they could win or they cannot win. We'll see what happens. Now, the next 4 people I'm going to be talking about, they're like secondary strategic threats. So now, in the 8th ranking, I have Sierra Easton. She was from Survivor 27, Blood versus Water, and also from Survivor 31, The Second Chance. I feel like Sierra is an overrated player. Like, I think people give her too much credit because she voted out her mom. I mean, whether or not she voted out her mom or not, her mom was going either way. I mean, I think they gave her a little too much credit because of that. And also in her first season, she forced a rock draw. She had her way. She got her own way with a rock draw. And then in her second season, she managed to pull off an Andrew Savage blindside. But I don't think, like, I think Sierra is a threat, but I don't see Sierra winning. maybe she'll make it to the jury, but I really don't see Sierra winning. I think she's a little too overrated, and just something about Sierra Easton like kind of rubs me the wrong way. Um, yeah, that's it for Sierra. In seventh ranking, we have Malcolm Freiberg. Malcolm was from Survivor Philippines and Survivor Cameron. From those were seasons 25 and 26 back to back. Malcolm, I feel like he's overall a good player, and he's good in all aspects of the game, strategically, physically, and socially. Like I think he's got like a little taste in everything. Like he's good at everything, Malcolm, in all those strategically, socially, physically. I think he's got it all covered. I mean, he's not the best, but he's decent in all three. And in his first season, he came very close. If he didn't lose that last immunity challenge, he would have won the game. But it cost him in the end, and he got voted out in fourth place in Philippines. That was painful for him, man. And then in his second season, he did pull off a move. He had the double idols to save the three amigos, and he managed to vote out Philip Shepard in his second season with the double play idols. That was pretty cool. That was a good move, but it was only temporary in the moment, not throughout the whole end game for Malcolm. And then that also that following tribal council, Malcolm was voted out. So really, the double idol play was only like good for one round, because then him and the three amigos were going. But you know, I'm rooting for Malcolm. Malcolm's an overall, he's a good player. We'll see how he does. In the sixth ranking, we have Aubrey. She's also the fourth person from the same season, season 32. Aubrey started out like as like what do you call it? Like a lot of people didn't predict like she was gonna win. A lot of people didn't know Aubrey, and they thought that they underestimated her. And they finally seen like she's like a strategic beast, Aubrey. Like that was a great move when she convinced Ty to come to her alliance. Like that was a good move. And I think if she didn't have a bit of jewelry, Aubrey definitely would have won the game. She definitely, hands down, would have won if her jewelry wasn't bitter. Definitely. And it sucks, you know, to lose like that. Like, she played so good, and like I think in her season she was the most deserving of the win. And I think this season, like, she's gonna be a big strategic threat. Aubrey, like, too big. Up, yeah, that's my thing on Aubrey. In the fifth ranking, we have JT Thomas. He was from Survivor 18 and Survivor 20, Two Cantons, and Heroes versus Villains. I'm rooting for JT. In his first season, JT played a perfect game. He had no votes cast against him, and he managed to get all of the jury votes and swept Fishback out and won that season. Like, he played the first game like so perfect. And he's good. He's good at all aspects of the game. He's good strategically. He's good physically, and he's good socially. JT. Then, after the perfect game in his first season, then in his second season, he kind of like turned into a villain. JT, and then he got he tried to make he made a bold, stupid move. He gave his hidden immunity idol to Russell Hantz, the one of the most notorious villains of the game. And he didn't know who Russell was, I understand, but I mean, never give somebody your idol. And because of that, JT got voted out. He got blindsided. Poverty and Russell used the idol against him, and they voted his ass out. So, you know, I think JT is back to redeem himself. And I hope he does redeem himself because that's a shitty way to go out. Never give someone your idol. But, I think JT, we'll see how he does. I don't know if his southernness is going to work on these people. But I'm definitely a fan of JT. So those were the secondary threats. Malcolm, JT, Aubrey, and Sierra. So here are the biggest threats of the game, who I think, the top 4 threats. So, in the 4th ranking, we have Ozzy Lust from Cook Islands, Micronesia, and South Pacific. Those were 13, 16, and 23. Ozzy in his first season was runner-up, and he lost by 1 vote. He would have won the game. In his second season, Ozzy was badly blindsided from Poverty and Suri. They like broke his heart. In his third season, he came really close, but he got eliminated, and he was in 4th place. And Ozzy is like probably the biggest challenge beast in Survivor's history. He's like just awesome at challenges. He's great. And he's also a good fisherman, a good swimmer, and he's a good provider for the camp. So they should keep him around like the first few votes, I think. But like strategically and socially, Ozzy needs a lot of work. And I think just like winning every challenge isn't going to cut it. Like he ain't going to win in the game winning every challenge. Like Ozzy has to step up his strategic game and social game, like if he really wants to win this thing. I mean, I don't know if he's going to win. But I just feel like I feel like JT and Malcolm are better players than Ozzy, but I just feel like a lot of people like Ozzy, and I feel like Ozzy's more well-known and he's more popular. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with Ozzy. In our 3rd ranking, we have Suri Fields. She was from Survivor Panama, Survivor Micronesia, and Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. Those were 12, 16, and 20. Suri started off like as the couch potato, watching it at home, and then she became like a strategic mastermind. Like mastermind behind the plan. Like she was great. She made it very far in her first season to the Final 4. In her second season, like, bro, she dominated it. She absolutely dominated. And she managed to convince Eric to give up his idol to vote him out. And she did it. That was like so manipulating. Like, then in her last season that she played Heroes vs. Villains, like, she got an early boot. Like, it just went down the drain. And I feel like a lot of people know Suri's strategy. So I don't think she's going to last that long in this season. But we'll see how she does. I mean, we'll see what happens with Suri. In our second ranking, we have Sandra D.S. Twan. She was from Survivor Pearl Islands and Survivor Heroes vs. Villains, which were Survivor 7 and 20. Sandra is only Survivor's 2-time winner. She's the only one who won Survivor twice. Sandra. She stinks physically. She's not that good in physical challenges. But strategy, she's got strategy, and she's good strategically, and she's good socially. She uses the anyone but me strategy. And that got her the million twice. And I think if these all-stars have brains and are smart, they would vote Sandra off first. I mean, her winning the 3rd time is like very unlikely, but it's possible. And because like she's one of the biggest threats. I mean, she's got 2 wins. And I feel like she's big-headed. She thinks she's the queen because she's got 2 wins, and and JT and Tony only got one. Like, she became big headed over it. But if I was them, I would vote Sandra out right away. She's won 2 million. 17 other contestants that are on there, only one never even won. They're more deserving than Sandra, so I would get Sandra out right away. And finally, in the first ranking, we have Tony. Tony from Survivor Season 28. Every All-Star season needs a villain. Tony is the perfect role for it, the perfect casting choice for it. And of course, he's Team TV himself. Tony, like, played an unbelievable game and lying, backstabbing, his bag of tricks, his spy shack. He had a crazy game, man. And he wound up winning. And I feel like a lot of people on this cast are like intimidating by Tony. I feel like a lot of people are afraid of Tony. Like, they don't know what he's going to do. Like, he's really unpredictable. But I don't feel like Tony's going to last long. And I think he needs to step his game up a little bit. But he was probably one of the best villains to ever get away with what he did. And he also won the game. Like, that's pretty legit that he won. Like, it's, can't believe it. He's a great casting choice. Great. Like, I think, like, he may be able to do it again. Like, just manipulate, lie, bully all these people, all these All-Stars, and win the game. It's very unlikely, but we'll see how he does. I mean, we'll see. So that was it. I just reviewed all 20 of them. And I feel like the biggest threats, the number one biggest threats, are Ozzy, Tony, Sandra, and Cirie. The secondary threats, Malcolm, JT, Sierra, and Aubrey. The wild cards, who may or may not have a chance of winning, Caleb, Andrea. Who are the other two? Caleb, Andrea. Oh, Zeke and Michaela. And I feel like those 8 people have no shot at winning. Haley, Brad, Sierra, Vona, Troyzan, Debbie, Ty. Like, I feel like they have no shot. But, like, we'll see what happens. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait. And YouTubers and Survivor fans, please feel free to leave comments and to share your thoughts on this video. And we'll see what happens in the season. Looking forward to it. Peace.